10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Chapter systems are offline.
Welcome to the Banter Club. Join myself, Mark, along with TY, Jackie, and Mahal as we talk all things sport. We will definitely trash your team, and if you don't like it, we'll definitely tell you your favorite footballer is a tax evader. Join us every week on the Banter Club.
Are we really doing this?
Of course, we are, definitely.
All right, welcome to the Banter Club SA. TY is unfortunately not here. Jackie is unfortunately not here, but we do, however, have Unarena Ramaru. How are you, sir?
Ke a leboha ntate, o mpitsa ka ID buku ke a leboha.
Kamohao. Speaking about Mohau, how are you, man?
Kamohao.
And today we have a special guest, Ndubo. I believe you're the creator of Absolute Football on YouTube. How are you doing?
Good. Thanks, and yourself, gents. I'm pleased to have finally joined you guys and be part of the Banter Club. Hopefully, you go easy on the banter.
Speaking about being pleased, I am pleased to say I am a European champion. Thank you so much. Anyway, gents, before we get into what happened in the UCL final, I just wanted to really get us going on Gavin Hunt. What happened, guys? What happened with Gavin Hunt? Someone please tell us what's going on there in Naturena.
Small team coach at a big club.
But he's won how many championships? I think like four or five.
Yes, because he thrives where there is no pressure. Literally, when there's no pressure, that's where he thrives. You've never coached a team that has more than 7 supporters, besides Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah. But man has 5 championships. How do you say he's a small club coach? I mean, he's coached. He's taken Wits from being the team in the mid-table to winning a championship. He's taken SuperSport United from an academy to a title-winning team. Small team coach.
He was not managing egos. Remember, at a big club, you're not managing players. You're managing egos more than anything, because the players at a big club have the talent to be there. And you bring Hans' ego himself, and you bring the players' egos. What do you think will happen?
Yeah, I think what Una is saying on the egos, he's got a point. I think word has it that it's not easy working with Gavin, and then you put Gavin with your bob stick, the Mutawungs, and it was bound to get to this stage. Funny enough, it happened 2 games before the league ended, to just show you that none of the parties was willing to let go of what they believe or what they think is right. So, yeah, I think on the ego side, I would agree with Una that it just didn't work out, or it was bound to explode.
I think to continue where I left off, I would say his approach and mentality when he came to Kaizer Chiefs, I don't think was the right one. Yes, it was public knowledge that Kaizer Chiefs was not able to sign anyone for the past 3 or 4 transfer seasons. So that's a fact. That's not going to change. It was something that when he came to Kaizer Chiefs, he knew was going to happen. Now, if you come with this mind frame that we can't sign players, so what can we do? We have to work with what we have. Then the approach already is flawed for you to actually work in an environment where there's something that you can maneuver around and work towards something. Now you're working with, okay, retiring. That's not an attitude to actually take forward and take you forward into like a football club like Kaizer Chiefs. Listen to, he'll be saying that we know the problems. I can't say much. We know the problem. I can't say much. So it's like a person who was resigned to the situation more than anything. So I think that's one of the things that made him fail at Kaizer Chiefs. At the same time, I think also, yes, Hunt's approach was bad, but also the players at Kaizer Chiefs right now, they've failed for 6 seasons. So there's also that element. You cannot teach an old horse to do something new tricks. Bennett Parker, as much as he will show you the fight and all that, but yeah, no, the man is finished. So you're working with such players at the same time. The mind frame of the coach is not there. At the same time, the players themselves from last season didn't even get. This is an assumption. They didn't even get a psychological or a motivating factor from what happened last season to the new season. So yeah, the situation was just not going to work out.
Can
Wait,
I
but
can I come
yes,
in?
yes.
I mean, how do you become a small coach where else you have won the league 4 times, you have won the Nedbank Cup, you have won the is it the MTN Cup? I mean, he has won the league with Bidvest in 2016-17 season. Won the league 3 times with SuperSport, 2009 up until 2010, 2008 and 2009, 2007 and 2008. I mean, 3 seasons in a row winning the league with SuperSport. He has won the Nedbank Cup with SuperSport in 2011-2012 season. Won the MTN 8 with Bidvest in 2016-17. How on earth do you become a bad coach overnight? And I
He's
mean,
not a bad coach. He's not a bad coach.
but you think
Kaizer
this
Chiefs
is
is
a
a
small
different
coach?
beast for him. Kaizer Chiefs is a very big, different beast for him. He's not a bad coach.
I mean,
At
because I
any
mean, if
point, I can never say he's a bad coach. It's a different platform for him to actually thrive in.
let's look at this big team that you're talking about. What happened last season? Because I mean, he came through last season. I mean, the big team that you're talking about, they came out position number 2. They lost the league within the second half. Only 45 minutes left for the league to come to an end. That's when they lost the league, and that's when I mean, come this new season, Gavin Hunt was brought in, and I mean, having to now change the mentality of the players. At the same time, you are not allowed to bring in new players within the team. Obviously, somewhere, somehow, you're gonna struggle a bit. Yes, there were that were wrong, especially looking at the games that were played within the DSTV Premiership. But looking at what has transpired within the Kaizer Chiefs team this whole season, there's so much that Gavin Hunt has contributed. But we should say this out loud to say that the entire team, mostly management, have contributed to the failure of the team in the 2021 season.
I lost you there for a bit, but for me, when I look at the situation, as at a club like Kaizer Chiefs, you don't come in and try to, how can I put it? You don't come in and try to impose something. You fit into the system. Do you get what I mean? Or am I losing you?
No, I get you.
You get into the system. You don't come and impose something. That's a thought. I'll leave it there. Coming back to what happened last season and translating it into this season and Hunt coming in and taking over that team. Football is a psychological game as much as is a physical game. If the mind frame is not there, nothing will happen. like I mentioned, the players, if they went through some rehabilitation or sports psychological program to actually bring them there, to bring them through the even on the field. Have you seen how when Kaizer Chiefs is playing, when they lose the ball, they don't put in the pressure to actually win back the ball? When Abu Matoho are defending, it's like they're in two minds. That's when you start seeing so many mistakes. So now you have those type of players. You bring Hunt, who's also coming in with a mentality of retiring. The situation is this. So RML next season, it was never going to work out.
All right, gents. But I hear, okay, cool. So Hunt has been there. He's gone. He's averaged 1.16 points per game this season. But there's rumors of a certain British coach coming through. So who do you guys want to see at Naturena as the next coach? Because Mlefintek is already there as the boss of the coach, which we'll probably have your thoughts with that. But what are who should come in? Who can rescue Chiefs from where they are right now?
I think as an outsider, obviously as rivals, we always want the bad ones to come. That will continue where Hunt left off. But yeah, we must bring a mad football to Naturena as well. But yeah, man, I feel Chiefs, like Una said, there's a certain culture, there's a certain way of playing that's expected from Kaizer Chiefs. I don't think they were called the glamour boys for nothing. There was something there. And I feel Gavin's style of football was not a fit, as much as he's a winner. I don't remember one game wherein I can say Chiefs were playing entertaining football, wherein the passes are, flowing, free-flowing, attacking, beautiful football, nothing of that sort. So who's on the market? Rumors say a certain man who was coaching, I don't know, winemakers there abroad, wants to return to Naturena. Says Stuart, I'm not sure. But yeah, guys, maybe give Zwane. Maybe give 10-1 there to take it forward.
Hey, 10-1. Yeah. Mr. Original Kaizer Chiefs Defense Force Mohau, what do you think?
I mean, already we have they call it the Cairo combo. It was Stuart Baxter and Molefensiki. So I mean, already we have the left boot in the right boot, and then we are left with one boot, and then probably they're gonna fix things. Hopefully, I mean, bringing Molefensiki on the youth development thing, it's right. I mean, he has been doing that, looking at within the SAFA structure or the international structure. So I think it's a right way for Chiefs to go, and then hopefully, maybe if possibly, Stuart comes through, and then we can say the glory days are back again. So let's wait and see.
If I can chip into the return of Baxter at Kaizer Chiefs, personally, on a principle basis, I don't wish the man to come back into South Africa, actually, into South African football. Yes, he's done great with his stint at Kaizer Chiefs. Two premierships in 3 seasons. He done great at Super Sport United. He got to the Confederation Cup. Took Bafana to the quarterfinals of the AFCON. Great coach. But based on principle, what he did in India, how we got fired there, leaves a bad taste in my mouth. A man who thinks rape is a joke should get the same treatment that the racist Luke is getting. I don't wish him to come back into South African football. As much as there's this saying that most people like that. What to me is also politics. So, and it influences the status quo and the conversations in society. And we cannot continue to ignore such things as a person who makes jokes about rape. In South Africa, rape is one of the biggest problems that we're facing. So, such a man should never be part of our footballing fraternity. So that's where I stand with Baxter.
By the way, I think SAFA released a statement, I think yesterday or today, that the man is free to come work this Saturday. So, yeah, Una, you are working against the structures are looking to give him the green light. So, hey, tough one day.
So,
unfortunately, some things are not in my control. But if it were by me, as much as he might bring in the trophies at Naturena, on principle basis, the man is not good for social standing of our football.
All right. So since for you Baxter is not an option, so I have 3 options for you, right?
Okay.
So you'll tell me who you want at Kaizer Chiefs. So we have the local Pep Guardiola, Clinton Larson, right? We've got Gordon Egerson, and we've got Joel Masuta. Who would you like to see at Chiefs?
Kaizer coach and self. Those options you gave me. What are those? You're not trying to have Q Marshalls coaching Kaizer Chiefs?
Because I was going to add Eric Tinkler, but obviously he's already gone to Cape Town City. So those are the available coaches in the country right now.
I mean, I think I mentioned this when we were debating about who should coach Bafana a few episodes back, where I mentioned that this insistence of the name of a coach at a club should not be the debate usually. Preferably for me, it should be who fits into what style of play. Like Glamour Boys, and there's a reason why they called the Glamour Boys. And I think the step that the Mutaun took after they forced their hand to actually take the decision of bringing in a technical person who will actually frame a way of doing things. And that same person will also recruit the coaches who will fit into that same philosophy is actually good. Well, now it's the starting point of this project that of the rebuilding. So I guess now we can attach a name. For me, I don't have a name because Ted Dumitru is not there anymore as an option. So if it were by me, it would be Ted Dumitru. But I don't see anyone.
No, Maduka Ball. Maduka Ball is not wanted at Naturena.
No, man.
What? Please respect us.
No, Maduka is doing good, good because it's Tlala. So Tlala is motivating me.
Hey, paycheck.
Oh man. All right, guys. Just while we're still in the PSL, obviously nominations came out. Chaviso Kutumela, who's this guy? Temba Zwane, as well as who's this guy who's been scoring goals and falling to the ground? Peter Shalulile are the top 3 for player of the season. Who's your pick there? Or do you believe someone has been left out?
Amigo Memela, I think he should have been there, man. He's been the waking thing behind Amazulu. So as the second best team in the league this season, I think he should have been there. As for Shalulile is actually I'll say the opposite now from what I said about Hunt. Shalulile is a big player, a small club. So, so he's my pick.
Sundown fans today.
He's my pick for player of the season. Memela is not nominated. I would have loved him to be nominated just to say we see what you've been doing this season.
I
Mohau,
think
what do you think?
I mean, Taviso Goodman has had an incredible season. I mean, look, he's played 82 minutes for 82% for Maritzburg United since the season began. And I mean, amongst those appearances, which were 27, he has managed to score 12 goals and assisted only one. And he's only been booked once to show how much of a discipline he is when it comes to yellow cards. And I mean, he's been showing consistency to for Maritzburg team. So I would want to see him win the award, but I mean, judging by the logo, their team is sitting at position number 13, and then you're fighting against the people who have won the league. I mean, Peter Shalulile, the best striker that we have within the country. Unfortunately,
No. Not the best striker, best all
if,
round.
if only he was a South African, maybe Bafana Bafana was gonna qualify for
Kosafa.
the World Cup. Yeah, maybe Kosafa Nyane at least. But I mean, he's shown consistency in the team. I mean, appearing 24 times within the DSTV Premiership, managing to score 13 goals, assisted 6 goals. And I mean, apart from that, remember Sanders has been playing at the CAF as well. I mean, he has played 9 games within the CAF Champions League for Mamelodi Sundowns, scored 3 goals and assisted 1. I mean, the Nedbank Cup, not forgetting, he has scored every time he played, and those were 4 appearances with 4 goals, assisted only 1 goal, and he's only played 1 match. Looking at the MTN 8, which that was the cup that I don't think Mamelodi Sundowns would want to remember looking at this season, but he has shown consistency. I mean, he has played 99% of Mamelodi Sundowns game looking at this season, 2020-21 season, and I mean, Mamelodi Sundowns have been game in, game out, week in, week out. I mean, talking about DSTV Premiership, CAF Champions League, Nedbank Cup, the MTN 8, and you could tell whenever he's not around, that's when you see there's something that this team, Mamelodi Sundowns, is lacking. So I see him winning this award, taking over this award, the PSL Footballer of the Season. I don't see Themba Zwane taking this award.
Now, Mohau,
Yeah.
when you mentioned Kutumela having 1 yellow card,
Within the DSTV Premiership.
so you also take in consideration of discipline.
Yes, that's why I'm saying that. I mean, looking at his discipline as well, it shows. Or I mean, having to play 82%.
Now, does Shalulile having 4 yellow cards this season discredit him?
No, no, not at all.
Oh, okay. No, man, the man
Remember,
really had a great.
as well. We need to compare how many games has Shalulile has played, and as well Thabiso Kutumela. I mean, he might have 1 yellow card, but just to realize or no, looking at the games that he has played, he has only played how many games? 27, 28, 29, 30 games for the. Was this for Maritzburg United on DSTV, Nedbank Cup and MTN 8, and of course Peter Shalulile has played more games than Thabiso Kutumela.
Mr. Absolute Football, on a technical point of view, how do you see this one? Kutumela or Shalulile?
Yeah, I think all rounder. I think Shalulile edges it for me. I think the way Sundowns have been playing this season, he looks like an out-and-out striker, but when they're playing, he sort of drops deep in between Zwane or Sirino there, and he just links up everything. His hold-up play is even better than guys who are tall with a huge frame. You know, I've seen Tammy Abraham at Chelsea. His hold-up play is
trash.
Yeah, trash. That's the word. Then you find players of Shalulile, Aguero, Erasmus, their whole play is incredible. And man, Shadulile energy, just the neck of a goal. You know, whenever he's in the box, anything can happen. There's some goals which he scored this season. I think Toyando against Black Leopards, dying minutes. The way he just pulls off some funny reflexes there in the box, you just wonder, man. The man just knows how to score, the positioning and all that. But I think there's still room for improvement in him. He's not just a road runner or a workaholic. But yeah, I think Peter takes it. Even besides stats, even looking outside stats, his stats are good, by the way. I think
His scoring frequency I see is 159 minutes per goal, and I see Kutumela is at 178. 0.4 goals per game for Kutumela and 0.5 goals for Shalulile. Yeah, Shalulile is actually edging even on the stats side.
On the stats, yeah. So I think he's all competitions. I think he's recorded 20 goals. I think in all competitions this season, which in our league is a bit of it's hard to come by. I think although Grobler this season has been doing the things. But yeah, for me, guys, all rounder. I think Peter takes it. Peter takes it.
But speaking about Peter Shalulile and his goals, between him and Bradley, who's taking the golden boot?
I remember that one. It's decided on how many goals. Bradley will take that one. And
Bradley is on what, 16?
16 goals in the league. And actually, even looking at the stats, Bradley's stats are even far better than Shalulile's in terms of goals.
Yeah, I mean,
because scoring frequency of Bradley Grobler is 100. That's in South African football.
So you don't see Shalulile scoring more 4 goals?
What is Sundowns playing against in the next game?
Cape Town City.
He's not Lebu Manyama, that guy.
After how long, Lebu? I think he just got himself a new contract there.
I know. Guys, Lebu must go.
See, our Lebu Manyama, ring leaders, they got Hunt out, those ones.
Maranabo, they are also leaving.
Allegedly, I can have 500,000. Allegedly.
But guys, on Zwane, I see we've spoken Peter and this guy from Maritzburg, Kutumela. But Zwane, how different has he been from last season and this season in terms of his influence on the team?
Underwhelming.
No, I beg to differ. I think he's been good. I don't think he's been far and beyond what he's been in previous seasons. I think he's given a bit of a similar performance because everything almost goes through Zwane in that Sundowns team. Zwane is the catalyst in that team. So I think his role has kind of remained the same. And maybe that's why it doesn't seem like he's performed as well. But I actually think he's performed really well. I think Shalulile profited a lot from him. So I think it would be very unfair to say he didn't have a great season because I think he had a very fast start and then he kind of just maybe didn't keep the pace during midway through the season. So I think definitely he had a very, very good season. He actually probably linked up very well with Shalulile. Probably the reason why Shalulile has so many goals was because of Zwane. So it would be very unfair to say he hasn't had a good season.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you, Mark. Looking at this season, there was no room for him to shine because of Shalulile. So clearly, Shalulile has taken all the shine that he had last season. But comparing his performance from last season to this season, I don't think there's much of a difference. Maybe it might have dropped slightly, but I wouldn't call it a drop because, I mean, we're not seeing him shining or scoring more goals because of we have someone, or rather, Mamelodi Sundowns has someone who's scoring goals, which is Peter Shalula. So I don't think there's any difference looking at how he performed last season and this season.
Do you think? Yes, he did perform, but not as good as last season. But do you think he'll ever get back to that level that he was on last season?
I doubt.
Age.
Yeah, I doubt. Unless maybe because I mean sometimes you might find or no, maybe you're getting tired of the team. I don't see him leaving Mamelodi Sundowns, but if that is possible, maybe that might the boost or the mojo might come back again, playing for another team.
Why don't you think it will happen again at Sundowns? Wow.
I'd probably say look at Kekana.
I mean,
No,
beside
Mara-
Kekana, just look at
Kekana can
Sundowns.
tat them whole, man.
Yeah, but
Ish.
exactly the same thing, man. Like you lose pace when you get old. So maybe that could be the reason.
Zwane is only 31. Kekana is 30.
100. This is Mandela age, that man. He's an elder statesman.
And I think also the way Zwane plays, I don't think he uses a lot of speed. I don't think he runs a lot. He's not a speedster. So I think if he could just remodel his game, maybe also Sundowns will come with a different way of playing, wherein he doesn't use much of the energy, but they use his creativity, his eye for a pass. So I think he could still give us maybe a season or two, wherein he gives you those wow moments where you're like, wow, drop off the shoulder, come on. So yeah, I think the way he plays should give us a season or two. I mean, we enjoy those drop of the shoulders, even though we are rival fans.
All right, cool.
Can we assess each team for since this weekend we closing up the season? How do you think each team fared this season?
Okay.
Let's start with Mark.
Man, okay, not to go through all the teams, but I think the surprise fact. Yeah.
Let me just give you a clear proposal. Let's first look at the top 5, at least top 6. Yeah, top 6 first.
Okay, so okay. So just to say in that top 6, I'd say probably the biggest shock is probably how well who are these guys? AmaZulu has done. AmaZulu has done tremendously well, and I think again, Coach Benny deserves a lot of credit in that. If you guys saw his interview, he said that's what a winner looks like. So I'd say that I'm actually very surprised at Sundowns as well. Sundowns actually exceeded my expectations. I think they're performing better under the three what are we calling them? Puff girls. But like I think they're performing much better than under Pizzo, because I think Pizzo was very conservative, and I understand why he was conservative, because I think the traveling took a lot out of the players. Pizzo also rotated probably a lot more than these guys. So Sundowns playing much better football under the trio. Pirates underwhelming. Golden Arrows, they've done well. Bit disappointing that they're not third, because we don't want Pirates to go play in Africa again. Otherwise Super Sport, meh. Swallows, big ups to them. They've broken a record, 19 draws, guys.
For
staying in the league.
For what?
Listen. We cannot underestimate the fact that these guys came into and they had Cheese Boy, guys. Cheese Boy played when before I was born, guys. Oh, who's this guy? Vuyomere. all those guys, old heads, and they kept these guys. They kept the core of the team from the NFD. So big ups to them for sticking with their coach as well. I mean, we've seen you get promoted, you get the coach is the first one to go, and usually that's the beginning of the end. So I think they kept to their own philosophy, whatever that may be. So big ups to them. But otherwise, I'm very disappointed that Cheaper did not come 16th because I feel like Cheaper needs to leave the PSL. We're really tired of them.
I second it.
Take over, Ndubo.
Top 5, I'd say. For me, Sundown, I expected them to perform. I expected the football that they played. Yes, we thought from the beginning, I think the MTN 8 slip up gave people some false hope, that we were still in the running for something this season, but they just picked up from there. But anything else for me, I think it's expected with the quality of the team that they have and the type of coaches that they have there. And then Amazulu, Golden Arrows are my picks on the top 5. As I said, Sundowns were expected, but Amazulu and Arrows, I think for me, even the football they played, I mean, Arrows, guys, I think I did a video on Mandla Ncikazi's Arrows this season. The boys run. I think if we could get some stats on distance covered, and it would be in for a shock. But I think Arrows usually 8th, 9th this season. They've done quite well. SuperSport underwhelming, same as Pirates. Although in terms of stature of teams, I think Pirates should be more disappointed. But SuperSport are just that team. They're like an Everton. You can bring in whoever, but they'll still find some way to still be an average team. So for my top 5, that's just how I would assess it. I think Amazulu, Arrows are my picks there.
And down there?
Down there, 6 to... I'd say Swallows. For a newly promoted team, it's good that they have managed to be at 6. But I must say the draws were becoming boring. You see a Swallows game, you're like, hey, no, it looks like it's gonna be. Yeah, man. Funny thing is, we didn't make money from Betway, from these draws. But Cape Town City, TS Galaxy, I think TS Galaxy went by unnoticed. TS Galaxy were just those teams where you don't hear negative things, you don't hear positive things. They're just there doing their business, sneaking in a 1-0, a draw. But there's nothing much there from Owen Dagama. I mean, since he ate the cake at Chiefs, nothing has been the same there. Then the following team, of course, it's Chiefs there at 9th. I think it was quite a headline. I mean, when we saw headlines saying Chiefs survive relegation, I mean, who would have thought such a headline? Even journalists, I'm sure, couldn't believe it that they'll be typing such headlines, But the rest of it, I think deserved positions going down there. Cheaper, of course, everyone wants them to go. I mean, they've turned our league into a Mickey Mouse league. Chakuma had done the same in the beginning of the season, but I think since the new owner came in, things changed. And Dylan Kerr, the guy you guys hosted here, I mean, Kerr plays. He loves to play football. So his teams also became quite entertaining to watch, But even Leopards, we are from Venda, but the way things are going, they must go down, man. Even ABC, things need to change there, man. We've saved Benny McCarthy from complaining about trips to Limpopo, but I think that's me.
Yeah. On my side, well, I don't usually say this a lot or about Mamelodi Sundowns, but firstly, I would like to congratulate Mamelodi Sundowns on winning the league with only how many games? 2 games. Well, they're left with 1 game now. Winning the league. I mean, 11-time champions, record breaking, winning 4 times in a row, and of course, being the first team to win the DSTV Premiership, and definitely they've set the bar high with only 5 losses in all competition this season. Their first loss, I think they don't want to remember that one where they lost against Bloemfontein Celtic within the MTN 8 Cup, and of course they've lost against TTM, Kaizer Chiefs, Al Ahly, and is it Bastard during the CAF Champions League. Those were the games that they've lost this season. And I mean, they had 3 coaches, so they had absolutely everything, all the tries to win. If they had lost this league, if they had not won this league this season, it was gonna raise a lot of questions. Say that, okay, what are those 3 guys doing there? Because I mean, you have 3 brains within one team, and we saw them introducing the likes of Peter Shalulile, best striker, 36 appearance in all competition. Um, he scored a lot of goals within the DSTV Premiership. Assisted plus minus 8 or 9 assists within the DSTV Premiership, and yeah, they've been they've been competent since the league has started. And I mean, looking at the teams that are following Amazulu, we've said a lot about them. Congratulations, they've qualified for next season. Cap Orlando Pirates. The only difference, yeah.
No, I'm laughing at Amazulu qualified. Not yet.
Well, they're fine now. They've qualified. I mean,
Not
I
yet.
don't see-
If Chiefs wins it, which it's a long shot.
Not yet.
Orlando Pirates, position number 3. I mean, the only difference between Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs is that Orlando Pirates is position number 3 and Chiefs is on position number 9. Apart from that, I mean, Orlando Pirates they've also had the worst season. Probably they were playing against different teams that Chiefs were playing against. I didn't see the Orlando Pirates that we know this season. Golden Arrows, kudos to them. They should have been position number 3 or 2. Super Sport United, disappointing. I mean, they should have been a team which were chasing Mamelodi Sundowns when it comes to taking the league. Swallows, I hope a lot of teams learn a lot from Swallows. I mean, Swallows have went close to 14, is it 14 or 10 games since the beginning of the season without a loss, and we see them sitting at position number 6, and we've been complaining about them throwing game in, game out. But because of they've managed to gather those important points as early as possible, they see themselves sitting at position number 6, and probably my Chiefs, they should have learned at least a thing or two from Swallows. Said, okay, we should gather points as early as possible. Talking about Black Leopards, there's a lot to learn about from Swallows, because I mean, winning against Kaizer Chiefs and celebrating, thinking that you're gonna escape relegation, that won't happen. Top 8. It's going to be a tough one between Kaizer Chiefs and TS Galaxy. They're playing against each other. I mean, a team that wins this game clearly will qualify for the top 8. If there's a draw, then TS Galaxy will see themselves within the top 8. And I mean, we know the history between these two teams. Kaizer Chiefs fans don't want to be reminded about TS Galaxy, MTN 8 and what so. But my hope is to see Kaizer Chiefs qualify for the top 8. I mean, people were talking about Kaizer Chiefs and relegation zone. I mean, those two things, they don't meet, just like water and oil. Baroka, Bloemfontein Celtic, position number 10, 11. TTM, good to see them escaping relegation zone. But going down there, I hope to see Chipa United follow Black Leopards. And I mean, today I was driving here, Komakad, and I bumped into a minibus taxi, Super Sport TV. I was like, they're taking their last trip to Thundo, because I mean, not coming back again because of Black Leopards failing to gather those points and seeing themselves playing within the DSTV Premiership next season. So yeah, we should say bye bye to Black Leopards, and hopefully Chippa United will follow them. And let's see who will we call or call up to the higher league, looking at the teams that are yet to be announced. We don't know who won the Glad Champions League, Glad Africa Champions League. So yeah, it's a hard one. But apart from that, it's been a good season so far. So good. Not for my team, but yeah, it's been an interesting season.
Gents,
Okay, to wrap it up quickly, I'll just go through my assessment of this season. Like everyone mentioned, Super Sport or Newcastle. Newcastle is just there. It's just there to add numbers. Super Sport United, and I hear rumors. Hopefully, those rumors will actually motivate the players to actually next season, because I mean, it's like they play for Nedbank Cup every other season and not the league. So the psychological part of it, hearing that your team might be sold at the end of the season, the whole season, is not really something good to hear. But looking at the league, Sundowns won the league. Kitlaring, it's a small team. I'll never give the team any props. Benny really did good. I think Benny actually brought in the fighting spirit there, and also not to give all the credit to Benny. I think the Zungu family, they've been to the games, they've been to the MDC games, they've been to the road shows. So I think also that factor of having the family, the Zungu family around the players all the time was actually also the pushing factor for Amazulu. As for Pirates, Pirates and Chiefs, same story. They actually score the same goals this season, 33, both teams. Like Moau said, the only difference is that Pirates considered less and Chiefs considered more.
and Pirates as a plumber.
No, the only difference is Perez.
At least when the pipes were leaking a bit, the plumber could close nyana with plaster for Pirates. And then for Mantlam Nikazi, that's a few years back. I had an interview where I think it was on Robert Marawa's show, where they invited both Mr. Kompela and Manga, and listening to that interview, I could hear that so much was happening in terms of his influence in how Kompela's Golden Arrows team was playing. And look, now he's the head honcho and it's doing well. As for Swallows, the record they set this season, I hope this is the last time we hear a team drawing 19 games in 29 games. That's insane. As for the league final tomorrow, TS Galaxy versus Kaizer Chiefs. I'll be biased, obviously, and say Kaizer Chiefs will take it. I think now it's a thing of let me score a contract for myself for Kaizer Chiefs players. And as for TS Galaxy, what can we say about them? They're not on TV. They're not on the news. They're not anywhere. They're just there.
In Mpumalanga.
Oh yeah, they're in Mpumalanga. Oh, okay. That's nice. As for Chippa United, I hope they take the same train as Black Leopards out of our league. They've made this a Mickey Mouse league, and it's about time that stops. I had so much expectations for Stellenbosch, but I think where Stellenbosch fails is in consistency, not only in terms of league position, but in terms of their games. I think their coach is good at saving a team from relegation. He's not good in terms of like challenging for anything. I think if he can have a setup like at Sundowns where you have different people for different roles in terms of the technical aspects of the team, but I don't see him coming new season. Maybe Hunt might go there. Who knows? And
All right.
I think I'll end there. Re lebohela batho ba the players at TTM, they are getting paid. Ra ba lebohela, ra ba lebohisa. And I hope that Bloemfontein Celtic will pay their technical team.
So, ladies and gents, we have a quick cameo from Jackie. Just joined us. Jackie, how are you?
I'm good, and you guys?
Grand. I think we're at the end of the show. So, as the league champion, I'll give you the right of speech.
Before anything else, I noticed that we have a special guest here, nah? Nduvuo. Welcome to the show, my brother. My apologies for arriving late, man. You know, this load shedding is a big problem. But we're at the end, man. It's been a crazy season, man. It's been a fantastic season, especially for Sundowns. I expected us to do very, very well. I expected us to win at least two trophies this season, but it didn't go that way. Tomorrow we're celebrating our 4th league title in a row. I can't wait, and I'm praying that the boys end very well tomorrow and they continue the momentum going to the next season. It's been a very crazy season, the crazy last couple of weeks. And before I even close, I also want to say congratulations to Mark. Chelsea won the Champions League last week.
Cabo Blue.
They did extremely well. One other thing, I'm sure you guys also spoke about what transpired the previous week with regards to Gavin Hunt. I just also want to touch on that before we close. I think one thing a lot of people don't realize is that the situation at Gavin Hunt is something that we've been stressing the last couple of years. I think Una even said it that you could see that the players are not even playing for him, and it's not really a surprise that Kaizer Chiefs decided to sack him. But I was just really shocked in the manner in which they did that, because it seems as if there's more to it, one would put it, and the timing also, one would say that couldn't they wait until the end of the season? But at the same time, hey, Carla team the memorandum. It seems as if the memorandum actually worked. And then you go to the other side. Then you go to the other side, got Jay-Z's team, a team that has been struggling throughout the whole season. And it seems as if they might just get a spot in the CAF Confederation Cup next season. But like I said a couple of weeks ago, I don't think Jay-Z will remain as manager, remain as coach of Orlando Pirates come the next season. There's rumor circulating that they're thinking of bringing in the former Kaizer Chiefs coach, Gavin Hunt. So it'll be interesting to see what will happen there. But despite that, it's been a fantastic season, the DSTV Premiership. And I'm now looking forward to what's going to happen the Euro 2020. So our focus is now on international football. So yeah, man. To the boys tomorrow, Mamelodi Sundowns, as we lift yet another league title. I just want to say this, Kabuyelo, and sure.
Before Tamayan, I know that what I'm gonna do, Una won't talk to me for the next 48 hours. But I've got something for you.
Jackie,
Yeah.
can you represent me in Suwin Mohau?
For what? For what now?
Congratulations, my guy, for winning the DSTV Premiership.
Again? Yeah. Again.
Yeah, again. How many again are we saying right now? It's the 4th again.
It's the 4th again. And in counting.
And you
but this,
record,
it seems a record.
At least you've just opened a way for Kaizer Chiefs. Watch out next season, eh?
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But anyway, guys, I think despite that, but it's been a great season, man. Forget about the banter, everything. But I think it's been a great advertisement of South African football. Yes, there were a lot of problems there and there. with regards to officiating and so forth. But despite that, the quality has to a certain extent improved in certain teams there and there. But I'm looking forward to the new season. I'm praying that Kaizer Chiefs also do very well and but they continue the momentum, the um, CAF Champions League. But yeah, no, because the thing is, Nemfetu, I've not been focusing on that thing for quite a long time, you get me? But despite that, I think it's your chance to actually make a name for yourself in this tournament. For me, if you guys surprise everybody and win this tournament, I think it won't surprise everybody. Surprise everybody. Because honestly speaking, you as a Chiefs fan, you didn't expect to be here. But it's your chance to actually surprise the North Africans because you're playing against a team that is very very difficult to beat. That is why that. And don't tell me about that 1-0 win that you got from Bernard Park, who scored a couple of weeks ago. It was a fluke win. We're talking about a real competitive game now. The next couple of two legs are going to be very, very tricky for you guys. So I'm hoping that you can take that momentum, the previous game against Golden Arrows, into tomorrow's game and take it further into the Champions League. It's gonna be difficult, but I think if you do that, it won't really be a bad season for Kaizer Chiefs. If you guys surprise everybody and actually win the tournament, woman, it'll be a proper season for you guys. But despite that, last games tomorrow, then the Euros 2020, and we'll take it from there.
Predictions for Euro? Ndubo, your prediction for Euro? Who's taking the Euro?
I'm still very much undecided. I've looked at France, I've looked at Portugal. I'm undecided between the two, but I think France, maybe experience-wise and stuff, I think they might try it.
Everyone else?
Arsenal.
I'm going with France.
Arsenal.
Hey, people thought we didn't hear you sneak Arsenal, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Italy. I'd like to see them go far.
Wow.
I would like to see England going far.
What a joke.
But I'll stick with Marca Italia.
Belgium, no one is going for Belgium. Botlas is not.
I'm going for Belgium. I'm going for Belgium.
Belgium is one of those teams where the potential is there, but they just can't get it through the finish.
Kevin De Bruyne is injured.
They'll be in the semi-final, but just not.
Kevin De Bruyne ba mo thubile nko.
Enough for me. I would like Portugal to win it again. Honestly speaking, just for Ronaldo, in my opinion, it would be so nice, man. Just for Messi fans, just to keep quiet for a couple of more years.
There's a Bruno Fernandes, man. We won't hear the end of it.
I think I'm gonna go for Portugal. I think Portugal, Italy. Italy looks like they get into the stage. I think the last couple of years they've really brought forward a lot of quality players. And if you look at this team, you have Italy especially in the next World Cup, they might end up actually winning it. So they might probably reach the semis-final or potentially win it. So it's between Portugal, Belgium, or Italy.
Gents, I think we have reached the end of the episode. Just quickly, with Naomi Osaka, what happened there? Can you just explain for people who have been living under a rock?
Okay, so we are currently within the Roland Garros season. So I mean, with Naomi Osaka issue, she had mentioned before the starting of those games that she won't be doing any media appearance or speaking to any journalist. And remember, right now with tennis or any other sporting code, they make money out of such things. So I mean, if investors seeing that okay, so and so players is not there when it comes to being interviewed or talking to journalists, it's a loss to them. So I mean, that's when now we saw them taking a decision to say, okay, I mean, if she doesn't appear, we'll have to fine her so much amount of money, which I think they did, and then she was fine with paying it. But we saw the likes of Wimbledon saying that, and they will also do that, and they might even now have to is it suspend her for a couple of tournaments. So I think she had to take a decision to withdraw from the Roland Garros games, and I think her decision of withdrawing probably is the best decision, because I mean on a decision of not taking those media interviews or talking to journalists, it was to protect her mental state, and then she also came out and said, okay, she's been struggling with a mental issue since 2018, and it's only now that she decided to take such decision to say that okay, I won't be speaking to any journalist when it comes to this tournament. And then right now, I mean, we have had a couple of players and the likes of Serena Williams also supporting her on her decision of withdrawing, looking at the Roland Garros, and you could see where there's two sides when it comes to this story. Some people are saying no, but for her to withdraw, I mean, she can just sit there and say that she doesn't have a comment when it comes to questions that she's been asked. Some people are saying, okay, her mental state comes first, so she did a good decision by withdrawing or by announcing to say that, okay, she won't be doing any media briefing or press briefing. So right now, as far as I'm concerned, she has withdrawn, looking at the Roland Garros, and I think rumors, from what the rumors have said, with her withdrawing, they've already lost a couple of millions when it comes to their revenue that they were set to generate within this tournament. And now the question is, will she be there when the Olympic start? And remember, she comes from Japan as well. So I mean, if she withdraws from the Japanese Olympic, or the Tokyo Olympic rather, it's gonna be a different story against that. Okay, our home girl won't be representing the country or won't be representing our country. And I mean, the Olympics are happening, of course, in Tokyo. So there's a lot of stories which are going out. Looking at the Naomi Osaka issue, but I think we'll hear. Hopefully, it will come to an end, and both parties looking at her, and of course, the WTP will come to an agreement. Say, okay, you can do this or you cannot do this, and then let's come and work together. Because I mean, as far as I'm concerned, she has a great future. I mean, she's still young, of course, and she has already won how many tournaments? I think 4 Grand Slam single. So I mean, the future is still bright, and people are saying that she might. There are a lot of people who are saying that she great withdrawal from the Roland Garros, to maybe if she reaches the stage where Serena Williams has reached to say that okay, she has 24 Grand Slams and she would want to reach the 25 Grand Slam, and now she could have reached that a long time ago, looking at the withdrawal from the Roland Garros. So there's a lot of speculation when it comes to her decision from withdrawing from the Roland Garros.
I know. They must just get Bonam Mateba to replace her. I must see replaces everyone. But anyway, guys. All right. We have been recording for quite a while now. Any parting shots from you guys? Let's start with our special guest. No. What any last words?
Just to thank you guys for hosting me. The hour flew by. I can't believe we've actually gone past that. And yeah, man, nice talking football. I enjoy talking football. I enjoy breaking down stuff on football, which is why you guys pull through, come through Absolute Football. Let's engage on the tactical side of PSL football. I think you guys will just drop the link there, and then yeah, let's talk PSL football. I'm glad you guys are doing so. We speak a lot about English and European football, so when there are more platforms that speak the local game, it's a good thing, and let's keep pushing.
No, let's go follow Absolute Football on YouTube. Right, Mohau, any words from your side? The Chiefs defense force.
Yeah, I hope we qualify for the top 8. It's not funny, guys. I mean, we've had a struggle to get even 30 points, so it's been hectic. It's been hectic. Hopefully, we'll get that 36 point and take out Tears Galaxy from number 8 and prove everyone wrong.
Yeah,
tough times to ever last.
How the mighty have fallen.
Una. True or false? When Orlando Pirates won the Champions League, we were still piloting the offside rule in Africa.
Remember, Chiefs also won through offsides, Una, locally. So, but it's fine, true.
You know, when Pirates won the Champions League, I think the oppositions had heard about the Y2K, that Lifatila fell in 2000. And like Aram Shem, Arnova Fastanyan, Sexperience.
I know.
And others are busy celebrating by winning the league at the case end.
Hey, that's a big allegation right there. Mfanas, you must be very careful.
500K, sue him now.
And then I'll be leading the proceedings, Mfanas.
Who's your source?
I'll be talking to your guest Singh. I'm like, Mfit, I know this guy. He said this.
All right. Okay, any closing words?
In the how many years did Orlando Pirates exist? Since 1937.
Yeah.
Since 1937, currently apartheid, they even formulated it, and Pirates didn't win a league.
Hey.
No matter, you know where the problem of Pirates started. It started when they became ezimnyama ngenkani.
They're coming for you guys after this.
Anyways, my parting thoughts. Please tell your grandmother to subscribe on Absolute Football on YouTube. Follow on Twitter. Do the same for Banter Club SA on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, everywhere. Tell your grandmother, your uncle, baby mama, bobotle. Yeah, you see, let's stick to demarcated areas.
Jackie, any last words?
My last words, I think the only better way to end this episode is with this. To the champions, we wanted back to back and to back again. Congratulations to the boys. Tomorrow we lift another trophy, and yes to another one next season. I must cut that part there. I must cut that part.
All right, no man. Congratulations to Sundowns. Congratulations to the Blues of Chelsea.
That's so important.
Yeah. Siyawina. Nobody give us a chance. Siyawina. But anyway, gents, it's been good. Thank you for your time. Please do subscribe, share. No koko wako share naye. It's been real. Away.
Chelsea Football Club champions of Europe. It's happened. It's real against the odds. With a bit of experience, those young guns of 2021 are the kings of the continent. The cup belongs to Chelsea again.
Kabuyelo masanda wana Kabuyelo Kabuyelo masanda wana Kabuyelo Kabuyelo Kabuyelo.
The most successful city in the PSL era extends its record, and the most successful club in the PSL era extends its record. Mamelodi Sundowns do the business, and Bafana Bastille do it in some style.
On the Banter Club.